Well, attention, all you Second Amendment rightists. I know that the Second Amendment is extremely important to people because it allows for self-defense. Like, for instance, in China, when they really screw people over, they start making cannons out of fireworks and shoot them back. I swear to God, they do. If they had construction crews come in there and say, we'll give you 10 won for your whole house that you had in your family for 3 generations, and we're going to bring your road through. And, the people fight back sometimes with fireworks. That's all they got, that's all they can do. But anyway, we got the Mod 80 girl here with her, whatever the hell she's got, Mac 10, whatever the hell that thing is. But I'm going to give you an idea. I thought of this before, but, sometimes they say, sometimes somebody might say to get to know me, he goes, damn, you're evil. No, I'm not. I think. There's other ways around you could skin, well, I don't want to say skin a cat because people get mad at that, but you know what I mean. There's other ways you can get around the bullshit. And because the powers that be, or whatever the hell they are, they're not as smart and shrewd as you might think unless, don't be, let me put it this way. The best defense is a good counterattack offense. Anyway, I'll give you one example before I get into my idea here. But one example was, I think it was Michael Moore. He used to have the death clock out there, and you call his number, the 800 number, and you inquire about the death clock. But every time you call that number, it cost him money, So what I did is I went over to banks of phone booths, and since it was toll free, you can just call it without putting a dime in a phone. And I would call from every single different number. In other words, I cost a bum at least several $100s back some years ago, and that killed the death clock. The propaganda against guns, which was bullshit. They should have a death clock for pharmaceutical bastards and doctors. I mean, that would be a real death clock. It would be spinning out of sight. But anyway, here's my idea on weapons. Why not print them? Print them, right? You print them. And the news unit has this thing, Goods for Guns Buyback Program. Actually, when they have these guns buyback programs, the only thing that gets turned in is usually junk. Stuff that doesn't work. Like, in other words, here's a gun that I couldn't get $50 for at a swap meet. You go buy it back from me for $150. So my idea is to do this. Go print up some gun receivers with some junk guns, and sell them back. Paint them black and sell it back to them. You get some genuine plastic they can dispose of for $150 a pop. That's the way to fight them. The way to fight them is actually to, scam them. Scam them. Scam the scammers. That's always my motto. So I got a lot of devil ideas. I can't put them out there on YouTube. But, I knew about this a while ago. And, there's so many other things. Like for self-defense, there's crossbows and stuff. And yeah, we used to go gopher hunting with them at night with the little night scope, because they were digging holes in the ground and rooting all the farmland and stuff. And you go out there and you bling, you get them. It's really cool stuff. But, the reason they don't want... See, the elite have no problem having guns that are under their control. Cops that they pay their salary, military that they pay their salary. And that's the way they want it because they want to run roughshod off the population. And that's why the general population really needs to own guns. Because you can't get screwed over the way you would in China. And believe me, if those people had guns in China, that country's government would be overthrown, no problem. So I'm going to actually give you a little food for thought as an alternative thing. You think our elite are stupid? China's the big one. It's pretty easy to create a revolution in China. Just arm the crap out of the citizens. See what I mean? Thinking outside the box. Now, I don't know. Maybe our elite are stupid. But if I was worried about... I'm going off subject here, but just to give you an idea how I think, because I can go off on a lot of tangents. And this is one reason I was considered very invaluable to some people. But I don't care about working for those people and making them money. I want my own money, I make them money, and it's like the trickle-down theory, so I don't buy into that shit. But, like just to give you a little deviation on this with guns and gun theory, say the elite are scared of China, right? Well, just arm the shit out of the population with printable guns, for one. Hey, guess what happens? The communist-led construction crews that are bulldozing over everybody's houses, they're going to get shot back because the people would be pissed off. If a house was in their family for generations and generations and generations, and the old rigged government wants to give them 2 cents for it and flatten it for so they could put up a shopping mall or a road, that kind of stuff. But there's always ways to beat the elite. Shrewdness goes all the way. The best defense is a good counterattack. You could be retreating, but regroup and counterattack them. Cost them money. And keep your cool, man. It's a fun game. I love it. But a lot of people can't get into the games I play because they don't have the head for it. Maybe I do have an evil mind, but I enjoy it. So what the hell with it? And as far as cats, I always considered myself like a cat. You run like 70 miles an hour like a cheetah, and you hit the kill. Otherwise, you're sitting there nice and patient. So I kind of do like cats and admire cats. So I consider myself almost like a cat. So you got to be shrewd, you got to be sly.